It was the kind of rain that didn't ask for permission, cold, relentless, and loud enough to drown out everything else. My car had broken down miles outside the city, and the only light I could see was from a small house at the edge of the road. I hesitated before knocking. It was late, past midnight, and I knew how it looked, a stranger, soaked to the bone, showing up at someone's doorstep in the dark. But I didn't have much choice. My phone was dead, my jacket was thin, and the night felt endless. When the door opened, she stood there, older than me, maybe mid-30s, wearing an oversized sweater and holding a mug of tea. She didn't smile, but she didn't shut the door either. "Car trouble?" she asked. "Yeah," I said, rubbing my hands for warmth. "I just need somewhere dry until morning. I can leave as soon as it's light." She studied me for a long second before finally stepping aside. "You can stay," she said quietly. "But only tonight." I nodded, grateful. Maybe that's all I need. Her house was small, but warm in a way that made you forget the outside world. There were half-read books stacked near the fireplace, a faded photo of a young boy on the mantel, and the faint smell of cinnamon in the air. She handed me a towel and pointed to the couch. "You can sleep there. The blankets are clean." I thanked her, but she didn't respond. She just sat back down at her kitchen table, staring out the window into the storm like she was waiting for something, or someone. After a while, I asked, "You live here alone?" She didn't look up. I didn't used to. The silence that followed wasn't awkward, it was heavy. Full of the kind of pain that doesn't need explaining. I didn't push her to say more, but as the night went on, the quiet started to speak for itself. Around 2 a.m., the power went out. The room dimmed into darkness except for the orange flicker of the dying fire. She sighed, lighting a candle, and when our eyes met across the glow, something unspoken passed between us, an understanding. She finally spoke again, voice softer this time. "My husband was a truck driver. He used to stop for stranded travelers all the time. Said you never know when kindness might come back around." I swallowed. "Is that why you let me in?" She smiled faintly. "Maybe. Or maybe I just didn't want the rain to win tonight." We ended up talking for hours, about everything and nothing. She told me about her son who'd gone off to college, about how quiet the house felt now. I told her about my job, my plans, the things I hadn't done yet because I kept waiting for the right time. "Funny thing about waiting," she said, staring at the candlelight. "Sometimes it becomes a habit. And then one day, time runs out." Her words hit harder than I expected. Maybe because they were true. When the first light of dawn crept through the curtains, the storm had finally stopped. I stood to leave, but she was already by the door, holding out a small paper bag. "Coffee and a sandwich," she said. "You'll need it." I took it, smiling. "Thank you. For everything." She nodded, eyes soft but tired. "Drive safe. And, don't keep waiting for the right time." I hesitated, then said quietly, "Maybe that's why I needed tonight, to remember that kindness still exists. That people still do good things without expecting anything back." For the first time, she smiled. "Then maybe it wasn't just you who needed it." As I drove away, I looked back once. She was still standing in the doorway, arms folded against the morning chill, watching the road like she was sending a prayer with me. The world outside was still gray, but it didn't feel so heavy anymore. Because sometimes one night, one act of kindness, can remind you that even strangers can save you, in ways you didn't know you needed saving. And maybe that's all it takes. Just one night. Moral. A single act of compassion can echo far beyond the moment. You never know whose life you might touch, or how they might carry that kindness forward.